Yes. Yeah.
But like the comparison, like with me and some of the other guys.
So that'd be something neat to see, the Harris Centers
The Pirates playing in Williams.
Welcome back for a third period. This period's jerseys we want to bring back because from the draft that from the NHL draft that happened the past 2 days, basically the 6th and the 7th and the 8th, the Oilers are bringing it back their original uniforms. So we decided to do which uniforms would we love to see back or like to see back that we liked, that we liked at the time. So, Jason, what's your MLB pick?
I went a little deeper than just my lifetime, which I'm sure doesn't surprise you whatsoever.
It doesn't.
I went with the 1979 Pirates. So they had quite a few different color uniform combinations for that season, but they were all accented with a pillbox striped hat, which no one does anymore. But I like the white with the yellow pinstripes. The yellow softball style jersey's great, and that black road jersey's fantastic. I love that the black away jersey has a yellow pillbox hat with black stripes, and then the road jersey or the home jerseys have a black pillbox hat with yellow stripes. It's just a really cool look, and it's a lot different than just the typical white, gray, alternate color. It pops. It looks cool, and it could be a look that fires the team up too.
Yeah, to do almost like a retro day. That'd be definitely something for a retro day.
I think they should bring it back full time. It's a great look.
They could modernize it, like to get it with the jersey material today.
Well, I'm sure they could. Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, that'd work. But no, that's definitely one to bring back for that.
What's your MLB one, David?
Mine is the Marlins of the mid '90s, where the actually looks like a marlin is on the front of the jersey, and not where it's today, where it's just what looks like a fish over over the M.
So you want them when they were in Florida, not Miami?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I got to be honest with you. I have a partiality to this uniform combination, because when I played Little League, our team in '92 we were the Indians, and then in '93 after that we were the Marlins. So I've always had a bit of like a partiality to this uniform because we wore the Marlins hat and colors in Little League.
Nice.
I should say youth baseball because we weren't part of Little League World Series back then.
Yeah. Yeah, when I did youth baseball, it was the Cubs.
I always liked, I know that the black hat with the F and the Marlin was predominantly the one they wore. I always liked the teal with the black bill. I always thought that was the best looking one.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I just think they just need to bring back like this type of look, because I just, the Florida Marlins, you see what supposedly is a fish on the current jersey. It's like, is that real? What is that? I don't know.
It's a lot better than what they had before.
That's just me.
Let's just take it for what it is.
Yeah.
What they had before was pretty awful.
Still. Oh, fun times, though. Fun times. What's your NBA pick?
My NBA pick, another one I'm really partial to. It makes me think of 90s basketball, the 92 to 2000 Phoenix Suns look. I love the starburst basketball with the trail behind it. The purple and white and orange and black looks fantastic on these uniforms. It's the ones they wore in the NBA Finals against the Bulls. It's just a great overall look. It pops, it stands out, and I know they still dabble with some of those colors now, but it's not the same. There's something really nice looking about the classic early 90s to 2000s Phoenix Suns look.
Yeah, it definitely is a good look on that. It works. That's the thing. I mean, like you said, when teams try to modernize an old school look, it's just not. I don't know. There's something different that you just like. No, that just doesn't. It's just something different that you just kind of like when it was no, not really.
No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the modernized versions, I mean, they're not bad by any means, but there's something, to me, special about those old ones from the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your NBA one?
I actually like the alternate jersey for the Utah Jazz. To where it has the almost like a trail behind, like a small trail, like it's speeding down what possibly could be a mountain, being it's in Utah.
So that's something that always cracks me up about the Jazz, because they were originally the New Orleans Jazz, which as a name makes a lot of freaking sense.
That
Utah is not known for its jazz.
No. But in all sense, I mean, I don't know, just something about that jersey I kind of like, being, alternate and with that type of, because me, I always like alternate jerseys to see what they come up with in general. But
well, and I mean, that's the era that they were in the finals against.
Yeah.
Against the Bulls. We both picked teams that were in the finals against the Bulls. But I mean, that 97 and 98 Jazz teams, they were probably two of the best teams to never win a championship because they just happened to go against the Bulls. Back when the Bulls had Rodman and Jordan and Pippen and Kerr and
just in general. Just in general, the Bulls' dominance, just in general. Not just who they had, but there's the dominance of how they all played together.
But again, the Jazz weren't slouches. I'm not taking anything away from the Jazz. I think those games hold up to this day for a reason.
Yeah. Excuse me.
You're good.
But yeah, that's, I just like that, for some reason I just like that jersey. Just one of those things that just kind of is what it is on that one. So what's your NHL pick?
So I'm going to go with the 1981 Vancouver Canucks V of Doom. No, I'm kidding, because I know that would just drive you out of your mind.
Dude, you almost did drive me out of my mind on that. As soon as you said that, I was like, that's not what you have on here. Why would you pick as something you want to bring back that horrible-looking jersey? Holy crap. Holy, wow. I was like, you better lay off the root beer. Are you sure that's root beer and it's not something spiked in it?
Nope, it's Reading Draft, handcrafted since 1921.
I mean, to want to bring back those horrible looking jerseys. Oh, are you sure you just went to the doctor's appointment for your eyes today? Are you sure you got you don't need glasses or something for that? Wow.
Oh, I had to. No, I would like to see the Ducks in the classic Ducks uniform. I'm tired of
that's better.
The orange and black, and the gold. I think the maroon, the teal, and the silver and white looks fantastic compared to the current colors.
That and the flipper on the front of the current jersey.
Oh yeah, the duck fin that is.
No, yeah. I do like the old school duck look, though. I do like the old school duck look.
I get Disney doesn't own the team anymore, and that's part of the reason why they don't have that look anymore. But man, that goalie mask with the duck bill is iconic. I think it's dumb that they don't have it anymore. That's just me. I think that was a classic look, and it's something they should just keep forever in those colors.
Well, sort of like what they did with the 2001 retro reverse retro, where it looks like a duck player bursting out of the ice.
Well, that was their retro. That was their alternate for 95 and 96. It's just it was green instead of white.
Yeah, still either way.
I just think it's a cool look, and I think it's a timeless look. And it's better than what they've been wearing since 2006. So
Yeah, that is true. But at least in 1819, they had the alternate jersey for that with the black and green.
Jesus, I'm like, 1819? The Ducks have only been around since 1993. What are you talking about? 1819. And then I realized you were talking about the season, not the actual year.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, we're
2018, 2019.
Dude, I'm tired, man. You gotta give me a little leeway here.
I'm in the same boat with you, man. 1819. That's an old duck.
Whack. Anyway.
Oh, jeez.
It's just in the Phils 1, by the way.
Yes, I actually just saw that. Oh,
what's
man.
your NHL jersey?
Mine's the one they used from 88 to 98 of the Los Angeles Kings. The black and silver and white, and the white as like the main jersey of itself is black with white stripes on the sleeves with the silver numbers and lettering. And the home at the time was the white body with the black stripes on the sleeves with the silver lining, with the actual Los Angeles Kings on the front.
Yeah, the crest.
Yeah.
So you know me, I'm a big proponent of teams in the same city kind of keeping the same color scheme. So I was always a big fan of this because the Raiders had the same color scheme. And the Kings kind of have a history of doing this because before 88, they were using the Lakers color scheme. So they still kind of, I mean, they use the Raiders theme for the most part, but they've dabbled back and forth with purple in the look as well. But there's something really iconic and memorable of those 88 to 98 Kings jerseys.
As long as you don't use that goofy one from 95, 96, where it had like the actual King's head on the jersey.
The Burger King jersey?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that jersey. As long as it, that one, no. Other than that, yeah. I'd like to see that jersey come back. That's
a cool jersey
with the Kings logo. Just because it's what they're not. They're not now. They do have it, but it's just modernized.
It's modernized, and sometimes modernized look doesn't always translate as well as it should. There's something to be said for that classic look with the stripes on the sleeves and not waves on the sleeves.
Yeah. Because I know back in the 1470 Legends Night, they used the gold and purple, the gold body with the purple stripes with the actual crown as the crest.
Yeah.
Which was actually back from, it looks like they used that from 67 to 88.
Right. Yes.
Before they changed it. So they did dabble in that a little bit. They also did the Kings logo in purple for the reverse retro back in 21. With it's a purple body with the yellow stripes, which
Well, I mean, the whole reverse
Not really.
retro thing was it's basically a faux back. It wasn't a real jersey, or it was a real jersey that they made to look like a different jersey from the team's history. So,
Yeah. Yeah, no, just 88 to 98 Kings jersey. What's your NFL?
okay, so my NFL one is one we might be seeing in the near future now that the NFL's loosened up on the amount of helmets that a team can use in one season. But I went with the 76 to 96 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the AKA creamsicle uniforms. I'm sorry, when I think of the Bucks, this is the uniform I think of the Bucks in.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that one. I do like that look just because it's just that look.
It's so different.
Yeah.
It's so different from what it was from anything that was out then, and it's completely different from anything that's out now. And the swashbuckling Steve guy on the helmet is really cool.
Swashbuckling Steve.
I don't know what his name is. I'm sure he has a name because that's how fandom works. But the pirate with the knife in his mouth and the feathers billowing over, it's a cool look on the helmet.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. It's just something you don't normally see anymore. You normally don't see that type of look in general anymore.
No.
Compared to what jerseys are today. You definitely don't see that.
Oh, his name is Bucko Bruce. I'm sorry, Bucko Bruce.
Bucko Bruce. Okay, good to know.
I mean, their current primary logo now is, and it has been since '97, is a flag on the end of a sword with two daggers, a football, and a skull, which is fine. But Bucko Bruce looks cool compared to that.
Bucko Bruce.
Bucko Bruce.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
What is your NFL pick for the jersey you want back?
I chose the Patriots.
The classic Pats.
Yes, with the Patriot on the actual helmet, not just the head.
So, I'm not a Pats guy, but I do have an affinity for Pat the Patriot because just like with Bucko Bruce, God, all these things have character names.
Well, do you have to?
What was the Steelers? The Steelers had Steely McBeam. That's right.
That what?
The Steelers had
what?
Steely McBeam.
Steely McBeam.
Steely McBeam.
Yeah, no.
I kid you not. That's their mascot is Steely McBeam.
Okay, well, we'll go with that.
He's a steel worker. Get it?
Got
it. See, you learned something new tonight.
There you go. Yeah, I took that jersey just because that uniform, just because I do like that old school look with Pat the Patriot on it.
It's and here's the thing, and I think this goes back to the Kings jersey you picked. It's simple. Keep it simple, stupid. It's a white helmet, a white uniform with red and blue stripes, a red uniform with white and blue stripes. It's easy. It looks good. It stands out.
And it has a Patriot
on it. You don't need to mess with it. Yes.
I mean, it's just right there.
It's better than the Elvis Patriot they've had since '93. So,
thank you very much.
That's what they call them on Uniwatch. So,
oh, that's good. That's funny.
And you know what? I think the Pats are due for a change.
Again?
Well, they haven't changed in almost 30 years. I think they're due.
True.
Just like I think the Phils are due. So.
Yeah. I mean, how many times can you change a uniform? But like you said, 30 years. Yeah. It's time. It's time. Some jerseys are kind of there, but no, those are the picks for jerseys we'd like to bring back. Thank you, Oilers, for this idea of seeing what jerseys are actually out there and what styles there are of what used to be. So on that note, that'd be the end of the third. Well, at least when you guys do the Philly baseball together, you guys can talk about their win tonight.
Yeah, we're a couple days late. My week has been kind of crazy, so Tori and I haven't had a chance to record the June look back episode because we always do the month prior when we record. But you can catch me monthly on the Philly Baseball Together with my podcast with my co-host Tori. We discussed the goings on in the month that happened in the Phil's season. So the episode we record, I believe, next week sometime will be all about June. We'll talk about how hot the Phils were during June, even though they're still in third place in their division. I do believe the A Show just wrapped up their finals. I think that poll just ended earlier this week. But you can find the A Show's prior episodes on CKCC Radio, and that's hosted by our good friend Matt with his co-host Chris Decker. Other than that, all the other plugs are in the episode through commercials. So thank you for joining us for episode 49 of the Not Another Sports podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, and wherever else you get your podcast. Please, in the description of the show, you can find our link tree. Click on that. That'll take you to all of our social media sites, our creator store, which is naspod.creator-spring.com. Also, in the description of every show, please check out that fansidea.com link. Use code NASPOD, NASPOD, for 15% or 10% off your order at fansidea.com. Use NASPOD for 15% off your order at 9plusus.com. That's our buddies Brad and Brig at Baseball Together. Always make sure you check them out, both their podcast and their store. Great stuff. With that, I'm Jason.
I'm David.
Thanks for joining us for this episode. We'll talk with you next time.
Have a good one.